Being neurodivergent on public transport, sometimes there are some contradictions. It might be that, oh, you can use sound cancelling headphones, but then you've got the announcements that you're definitely missing. Or lighting, for example, especially if you're traveling when it's dark, the lighting's really intense, especially on a bus. It's just, you feel really drained afterwards. It's like being in a supermarket, it's just too much light. The crowd's unpredictable movement. So in terms of the sensory system, like touch is one of them. I would feel that if there's lots of people and you can't predict where they are or where they're going to move, it's just you kind of freeze in the headlights almost, and you just feel tense. It's hard to breathe.
The Wayfinding Centre is a transport and mobility training centre for people with disabilities. Our main objective is to make the world more accessible, both in terms of public transport and the built environment.
It's the only training facility in the world that has an airport and an aircraft, as well as the stations and a bus and a taxi, and you've got all the road crossings. From the autistic and the neurodivergent perspective, transitions are so difficult. You don't just arrive at the airport. You don't just arrive at your place without connecting on a bus. So it's a chance to really immerse yourself in a safe space and get familiar with what that journey is.
Being blind and vision impaired myself, I was a strong advocate for the development of the Wayfinding Centre. As someone who lost my sight, one of the most daunting things that I had to learn to do was to independently navigate the world again with a long cane. And I think back to some of the experiences at that time, getting on a bus for a first time inside a taxi without sight. It was quite off-putting, the fact that there was lots of people around, bags, lots of noise, pressure. The fact now that someone who's blind or vision impaired or has some other disability as a result of a medical emergency can come to the Wayfinding Centre, which is a safe and controlled environment, and learn all of those new skills with a level of privacy is quite a positive development for Ireland and rehabilitative journey generally.
I would be late diagnosed ADHD when I was about 18, and I was diagnosed with dyslexia, but there was always something else going on. I seem to have more challenges than other people who I knew who were dyslexic, and then with the ADHD diagnosis confirmed, it just explained how it's not a deficit of attention, it's the inability to regulate your attention. So you might hyper-focus on one thing, it might be the wrong thing, and then you ruminate on it. So if you are triggered by your environment, I would be very triggered by lights and sound. That would heighten the negative side of the ADHD for sure, and I'd be dysregulated, and it takes about 48 hours to regulate again afterwards.
The latest research shows that only 6% of people with disabilities use transport on a daily basis. So here at the Wayfinding Centre, we want to address and see that accessibility gap lessen so that we see more people using public transport.
I would say the signage is very obscure. Where do I get that bus? What number is it? What stop is it? Am I on the right road? Am I in the right direction? And then when you're on the bus, the real struggle I have is if you are trying to be hypervigilant on the display screens of the number of stops, but you've got somebody next to you on their phone not using headphones, there's like a hyper focus on the sounds, that there's no filter. So I then almost can't concentrate on what information is available to me to know if I need to get off. But it's so disorientating because the predictability, you think there's X number of stops, but that depends if someone's pushing do you push the button to stop? If no one else has pushed it, do you push it? How do you know when to push it? It's just so uncertain, and you end up then phoning someone, which just doesn't feel very empowering. You know, you have a supportive person at the end of the phone to kind of track the timetable or work out, are you in the right direction? That happens so much, but it's just, you know, as an adult, you don't really want to be depending on someone kind of supporting you through that. So I don't have any confidence using the buses at all. Being asked to help as an Access Ambassador has been fantastic. The opportunity to articulate what struggles I've had with public transport while on a training day. So with Irish Whale or with Transdev, you're pointing out the areas where design isn't intuitive and it's actually inducing anxiety. So being able to highlight those in a safe space, in an environment where your challenges are now observations and they're now being listened to inform decisions that, from the user experience perspective. I just felt so fortunate to be at the Wayfinding Centre where you're paid for your insights. They are of value. That's the first time I've ever seen that done before. I completely appreciate that one of the challenges in coming to the centre might be getting to the centre. There is a resource called the Travel Assistance Service. So somebody will come to your home and help you plan out that journey and do that journey with you. It's such a supportive space and everybody is so mindful of different human experiences.
I'm confident that in the years to come, there'll be huge positive changes as a result of the intervention here in the Wayfinding Centre. The fact that this unique facility is available to bring all stakeholders involved in transport and the built environment together and to discuss challenges and barriers that do exist. And we're very solution focused here in the centre, and if everyone works together, we have the conversations, hopefully we can design out some of the challenges before they become a reality on the streets.